to Allah. So, I'm going to do something, and I'm going to give you all a signal when to do it, or it's going to follow naturally. Living in a world of doubt, truth is the only way out. Who has the way out? Mohammed. Who's got the way out? Mohammed. Anybody know that song? Real More Sadiqi did the song, so I've been trying to get in contact with Real More or somebody so I can play the music, but Allah said, no, we're going to do it. That's right. Okay, so I'm going to repeat it, and when it's necessary, I want you to say, Mohammed. We're going to get it in our minds that Mohammed, no matter what the situation is, that the Creator gave Mohammed the way out. So this is what we want to understand. No matter what the situation is, we want to understand Mohammed has the way out. So before I get in, we're going to get this in our spirit, our souls. Okay? I'm going to do one more time, and I'm going to raise my finger, and you are going to say Mohammed. Okay? Living in a world of doubt, truth is the only way out. So who's got the way out? Oh no, come on now. That don't sound like Muhammad has the way out. Okay, living in a world of doubt, truth is the only way out. So who has the way out? Muhammad. Who's got the way out? Muhammad. Okay, now we are going to talk about something of Mohammed, peace be upon him. But like the sister said, it's a great blessing to have had Imam Mohammed to be the majestic, to reawaken and give us the religion of Islam that he had given to Prophet Muhammad. Imam Muhammad told us, and it was when he said it was like, you know, he would always give us something. He might not have elaborated on it. He would give it to us. So he said, and you all might remember, that the whole of creation, everything Allah created was for Muhammad. And I was like, okay, now I started thinking, I said, now he's a man. How is all the things that we understand, that we only know, like the science, the earth, and we know Allah created the heavens and the earth, and some of us know all the galaxies and all these kind of things, and we take an ant, and it might be a million or 1,000 some species of just one thing. But he said that all of this was created for Muhammad. Then later on he told us about the prophets, peace be upon him, upon them, all of them. That they weren't just physical people. You all remember that? Said they was a type of people. So if you put those two things together, that Prophet Muhammad, that everything evolved for Muhammad. He didn't say Prophet Muhammad, he said Muhammad. Everything in creation, everything that Allah created, because he always tells us that use up, because he's busy creating other worlds. So as he's creating these other worlds, who's he creating it for? Muhammad. Then if we take the other part and say Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, wasn't just a human being, a physical person that Allah revealed his last revelation to. It was to be a type of people. Some of us know that it says the meek shall do what? Inherit the earth. Okay, so all of this is for the type of people that would accept the character and to be the type of person Muhammad was. So if we take up on that character of Muhammad, then we are the ones to inherit the earth, right? So we have all of this wisdom, all this knowledge, and what we're going to do with it. So I always have conversations. I think a lot. I mentioned this while I'm thinking about it. I always mention about my children, and after Sister Shakirah Muhammad's school closed, and you all know your Sister Shakirah Muhammad's school here in Chicago, praise be to Allah, that you following, you have this life, and what you're trying to bring has to be in a certain environment to continue this on. So I spoke about my daughter. Praise be to Allah, she's here in the hotel today. I don't know if she's going to be able to come, but I always say the great miracle. So she made it this far this time, so inshallah, you all might be able to see, but I say the great miracle, how she was literally passed away. She fought herself back to life. She lost some of her soldiers, but praise be to Allah. So these things, when we talk about Muhammad in our environment, so what I'm going to do is to kind of talk, and Imam Mohammed says, Savior's Day, our history, that our connection, even with Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, what connection you all know of Prophet Muhammad that the African American people have? Bilal. Bilal was the first caller to prayer. So Imam Muhammad suggested, and he had the same kind of situation we had as coming into this country. So we're going to do, inshallah, a little brief history all the way, and everybody else is going to, I don't know, but this is what, inshallah, we're going to do. We were kings and queens. And I want to mention this too, that I always listen to people and want to understand what people need in the situation you have. You want to see what people need. So I'm listening to the young people. I'm listening to the older people, the pioneers, what they always desired. So we're going to do this little history briefly. I want you all to know, because I don't see the young people, but I'll do it a little differently. Every week, every day, we should sit down with our children. Instead of them in the television, there was always a time when we had a situation that we told our children things, the history of the coming and things. What we have now is a situation where they want our children not to know their importance. Yes. But we can't do that because we have a tendency, unfortunately, to think that same thing. We're giving ourselves over to somebody else. Oh, I don't have to do that. I'll just let somebody else. So we're going to do this little history of us coming here to the shores of America. Okay. All righty. So I have 5 minutes. So anyway, we came here as these kings and these queens and were dehumanized all the way down to nothing. Everything we knew was taken out of us. Okay? Everything. We understand the history. We know those things and the downtrodden, and we know we're going to go all the way through. This is African American History Month, what they gave African American History Month. As we have been given African American History Month, remember our history. Just this year, 2019, Imam Mohammed mentioned this to us. There was nothing about us, the Nation of Islam. That, like the sister said, that the effects, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is the greatest social reformer in the history of the world, because Allah tested us God tested us, the Creator tested us with the most devastating slavery that had ever. And Prophet Muhammad came, and the slave was supposed to be treated those things. And we have all these ills that's going on. Okay, so let me see what I'm supposed to do. How many more minutes I have now? 2? Okay. So I want to mention that Dr. Elijah Muhammad is not still. Another thing too, we know that they give us what they want us to know. That's not right. Remember, start off telling your children. Take time. Tell them. All of us have a magnificent history. Yes. All the pioneers. If you talk one of the sisters here in Chicago, the housing authority, they used to live in this area. And this is where they developed the Chicago Housing Authority because they tried to keep their neighborhoods and everything clean. And I'm going to make this other point too, that we give all our resources away. We wonder why our neighborhoods look like they do, but when we get something, instead of us investing in ourselves, we go somewhere else. Yes. Okay? So, my time is probably over with. So, okay, so I'm going to go back. Another thing that was not mentioned in our history, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Well, a lot of us, and this is what I'm saying, this is so important. I was talking to one of the students, like I said, we reopened Sister Shakirah Muhammad School, praise be to Allah. And the child, one of the students, didn't even know who Sister Shakirah Muhammad was. Now you all can say, but the school was closed 30 years. We have a big separation within ourselves, and we don't keep our history going. We point to everybody else, okay? So our people, it's like if you're looking at the programs and you see nothing about the nation Islam, how dare they not say anything about the nation Islam? We comfortable. We don't say anything either. Dr. Elijah Muhammad came into leadership in what, 1930? This is 2019. Who of us have said anything and said you don't have this great social reformer? You don't have to look at him as a Muslim. You don't have to do that. But he uplifted these people. Now, the thing that we have to know is we came to this country to build this country. So would they tell you if somebody is taking you out of this situation that they put you in? Each one of us have to know. And this is what Imam Mohammed shared with us, and this is the religion. This is the way of life. You know, I always say that man gave us religion, but the Creator gave us His Word. And we have a tendency to take religion and do whatever we want with it. Okay? Imam Mohammed, he did, and they didn't even do this tape, New World Order. He told us that Allah sent the religion to enhance the culture of the people. Now, what is our culture? We built the pyramids. So what do? They say Egypt. Now, come on. Egypt is in Africa. No body of water separated. But what do they say now? It's in the Middle East. Imam Muhammad said, you know, when they had the exhibit of Timbuktu, not Timbuktu, I'm sorry, King Tut. Yes. Now they had a mask over his face. Yes. But when he said, the delegation came in, what did they do? Took the mask off. So we have to know. Allah said the greatest gift He has given to man, what distinguished man from any of the other creatures, is the gift. Who did this? Of our intellect. If it don't make sense, you can't came from the hot continent. When you breathe this hot air, your nostrils is going to do this. So how you going to have a thin nostril? So we have to be able to teach our children how to reason also. Even when they're at school and things, they always tell you, and by me teaching the children at home, they said, you know, like doing math or whatever, if the answer don't make sense, it's not right. We have to reason. Who do we have in our situation that taught us that we're supposed to reason? Who taught us that we're supposed to reason? The one of the prophets, peace be upon him. Mohammed. No. Abraham. You have to reason. He reasoned that Allah was greater. So this is a gift that we have been given. And we want to come down to this real quick, because I know my time is almost up. I had mentioned there's two things. We want to always point to each other. If there's someone doing something, you know how the Nation of Islam time, we always supported each other. Everything we need to have a community, we have these qualities already. Okay? We already have them. We have doctors. We have educators. We have lawyers. We have farmers. We have all these things. But what we've gotten in the habit of doing, we point to everybody else. We don't say, okay, well, brother so-and-so does this or sister so-and-so does. We don't do that anymore. We would rather go and take our resources to someone else. That's not what Prophet Muhammad, that's not being the leader for the modern time. Prophet Muhammad came to be a leader for all time. Remember, a kind of people. The meek shall inherit the earth. Always think about that you have Muhammad within you. And this is what Allah wants all of us to do, is to have Muhammad in us and to know that the whole of creation, let our children know, you're very important, you're diamonds. The whole of creation was for you. And with that, I'm going to sit down so I see the brother. But the other thing, what I want to say is, I was born a Muslim, gonna be a Muslim. I was born a Muslim, gonna die a Muslim. You all know that? Yeah. All right, let's sing it real quick. Just a few choruses. I was born a Muslim, gonna be a Muslim. I was born a Muslim, gonna die a Muslim. I was born a Muslim, gonna be a Muslim. Thank you all so much. May Allah continue to bless all of you. That's it.